Okay, so the sun is exceptionally glary. This is our derelict Falcon, our muscle truck. It's not really muscly. Well, it is muscly, it's not really trucky. Single circuit brake master. We're going to whack on this one here. Heavy as sin, but I don't care. Well, for the first time ever, the car gods have cut me some slack, and this thing, a universal disc master cylinder, bolts straight up. You have to get the pin length right, and we've got a brake pedal. Okay, Ford guys would know this. These are on an offset. As you can see, that's your adjustment. So we've got a little bit of discrepancy there, and I'm not overly happy with the way that's going to touch. So what I'm going to do, this is the factory, by the way. This is aftermarket, so we're going to drill this out with a lathe and insert that in there like so. So at least it gives it some contact. It won't pull out. You can see the dust in this thing. This car come from way out west. I have washed in here about 2 or 3 times with a fire hose, and I still have red dust or dirt. So we want to go the widest, just there, 0. We got 8.3. That'll be an imperial size actually. There you go. Okay, we just measured. I'll show you how to properly measure a drill bit. Okay, you can do it that way, but when you get to the bigger stuff, it is more recommended to measure a drill bit across the flute there, like that, as you can see. No, I'm not quite straight there. There we go. So within 8.3, which is 21/64. Okay, so I've assembled all this up. Probably just see my mark there with a pencil. So what I'm going to do is measure between the apex of that radius, or the circle there, and that there. So that there to there, and that's how deep I will drill that, and that way she will not pop out. Sitting all up there. You can see the hole where it goes into the pedal of the clevis. That's what I used to mark. So here we go. You can see my line there that's marked, and roughly to that there is about 20 millimeters. So we need to drill him down there about 20 mil. I think we've already gone in roughly about 8. So bear with me for the ride. And we've got a wire in the way, there we go. And just like that, it works. It's about middle of the adjustment. It's really struggling to focus there. There we go. It's about middle of the adjustment, so we've got plenty of room. And there's still plenty of dirt falling out. So now we don't have the eye gouging glare. It's bolted straight in, which doesn't happen. It does not happen ever. And keeping in with the theme of this hunk of shit, we use the old bolts. Excuse me. It looks too clean for this car. So does this. Progress is progress. Here we go. Started cutting out the tub on that side. See, she's all marked out. Everyone's going to say, oh, that's really high, and you know, I don't really give a shit, but I've given this enough so that way if you run a really big, tall slick, you've got lots of room. Unfortunately, you've got to deal with the radius as well, so it's not that simple. About to cut the member out for the tank. I actually don't like it, didn't work, new idea. So we're cutting this one out now. Go around the other side. Just a little step up. So yeah. So I've started blasting this to give you an idea of how much of a paddock basher this SAB was. That's the sill, just full of dirt. Anyone want any dirt? Plant some potatoes or something? Marijuana? Okay, slow and steady wins the race. So this is the bit that takes the time. You've got to trim it, make sure it's all correct. As you can see, this bit of the tub is sitting on top of the rail because the rails don't run parallel, and we want it to look aesthetically correct. Yeah, they're going to be a little bit taller than what I wanted, but hey, they'll look fat. Okay, now we're up to the business end. This is where all the business happens. So you can see I've very roughly marked the radius. I've trimmed that so it all wants to fit. There's the rest of the tub as we're making it. These are called profile gauges. So as you can see, okay, so that's what we're going to do at the side here. Reset that one. Bear with me. And there you go. We then put that onto here, and we've got our edge. We won't be welding that either. It'll just be panel bond or Sikaflex, some form of bonding agent. It doesn't need to be welded. This is actually the fiddly bit. The rest of it I didn't film. Literally all you're doing is just trimming, marking, trimming and marking, so everything is nice, snug fit. We've got heaps of room. We could probably fit almost 2 9.5s on the back of this son of a bitch. It's huge. So yeah, business end to go. These interlock so they can go really, really long. I've got 4 of them. They're huge. And I've marked roughly where we need to start. There's some shit out of the way. Literally all we're doing, you can pick these up at most tool places, probably even Bunnings sell them nowadays. I've seen them on the net for dirt cheap. And there's our profile. Then we put it onto this end, which is the start, like so. Then we mark that out and continue all the way through, and that should be a nice snug fit to the body line. Okay, so I've got them tacked in, just to tack front and rear. So there's gaps there I've got to fill up, so no problem. I've got to push it to the tray. I think it looks okay. Hold still, Marty. Woo. Whew. Update. Update. Alright, tubs and a tank. So I'll climb up here like I'm fucking Spider-Man. Looks pretty cool. I got one little fucking monkey bars. You see, I've got to do those brackets, so I've got to re-weld them in. I cut them off the tank, giving it enough clearance so that way we can actually get the tank out of the car. This thing is sexy. Tiny little bit to go in there. Woo, woo. You can see that weld there. That's from the top because there's two sections of the tray. There's this section, then there's this section. There's hollow bits where it can rust. Gotta love that. So that's done. We have way more room than what's ever needed, but this thing's what it is. That's sexy.